Okay, here is a 3DO. We have it set up for regular pad emulation. And as any 3DO fan knows, there is actually a flight controller out there that is an analog controller that isn't widely supported. And a lot of games detect it in very strange ways. Wing Commander here will let you swap out any time in the game, which is kind of handy. So again, to go into an analog controller like the other the bridge adapters, you have to pretty much exercise the analog stick, and once it sees that, it'll start reading it as analog controller. Now if you have a PlayStation, you can toggle in and out of the modes, but we wanted to make absolutely certain it doesn't default into analog controller mode, so that when it's in analog controller mode it still works as a digital pad. And the main reason for that is there are not many games that support analog controllers, and if you do that you won't be able to control the game. So you have to intentionally go into that mode, and again you just turn the stick until it says, oh, alright, you're an analog stick, you want to use it as an analog. Then we'll go into that mode. So to make this happen, there was some missing information that had to be assembled, and I wanted to thank everybody that put together the wonderful site 3dodev.com. There's a lot of great information on there that hadn't been there when I first got into the 3DO years ago when we started the Bliss-Box. But they did kind of illustrate how some of that stuff worked, and we're able to get that all set up and going. There's also a mouse that we'll be able to add support for. That's up next. But for the most part, 3DO emulation with controllers is very straightforward. We're not going to be doing the additional players because that is a daisy chain mechanism. That's obviously not going to work with a single controller. Whether we consider a split cable and do 2 players some point in the future, we'll maybe consider that. But this is it at its current state. Again, just you can go in and out of the modes just by exercising that analog stick so it detects it, and we can go right back out. And that is game dependent. Some games they want to detect that up front. So you have to have your controller in that mode and ready to go when the game starts. Thanks for watching.